Well, hello everybody, my name is He-Man.
I'm Drew, aka Sexy Daddy.
Oh, and my name is PapaPeace. I'm sorry, I totally forgot.
Okay.
My name is PapaPeace.
Well, it's glad to have you on. This is the BadFellas podcast, and this is our 18th something podcast or something by this point.
Heck
Yeah, we're getting up there in those numbers. We had your good friends Gio and Crit on previously when they won their tournaments.
Yeah, they won the last two tournaments.
Fantastic gentlemen. Very, very good guys.
I know, right?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I liked having Gio on. I knew
Gio
learned
was
so
really
much
cool.
about him. Like, holy cow.
Gio's a really cool dude. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell us about your Smash history, good sir.
Whew, boy. Well, I mean, I've been playing Super Smash Brothers since the very original Nintendo 64 release. Back when I was, I had to have been like 7, 8 years old back in those days. I'm 28 now, so I'm really climbing up there. But Super Smash Brothers has been a pretty big part of my life since the Nintendo 64 release. It really shined during Melee, but I didn't start really getting into competitive Smash until around about late Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I started to see the competitive potential in the game, and I didn't really start looking into going to locals until, unfortunately, late game Super Smash Brothers 4, I think. I don't think I went to any Brawl tournaments, but 4 was when I started to look for actual competitive scenes. I did a couple of online clan battles. There was a Super Smash Brothers Clan Wars page on Facebook that I had started making some competitive progress in. And eventually I found Evansville Esports when I moved here to Evansville. And I mean, it's just been like a home away from home for me. Moving away from Pennsylvania, which is where I'm originally from, was one of the most difficult things I've had to do in my life so far. I had to leave my family, my friends, all for a place that was just better for me to live in. And it was nice to find that nice little corner in Evansville where everyone was just super friendly and really nice, and just loved Smash as much as I did.
That's really cute. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
They are really nice up there.
Yeah, I do like the people
definitely
up
are.
there. I have a friend group, and it plays Magic the Gathering. We play almost every Friday, and well, we do play every Friday, but I don't go every Friday because of Smash and spending time with my girlfriend and all kinds of great things.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, but I full-heartedly agree with you about finding a friend group like that, and that really brings it home. Like, it's awesome meeting people that has just as much passion about things as you do.
Oh yeah, I don't know where I would be competitive-wise or social-wise without the boys over at Evansville Esports. Gio, Crit, John. I don't know where I would be without them. Really good people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so jealous. I wish it was a little closer to Madisonville.
Oh yeah, it's like right around the corner.
It is quite the drive, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But I love going there.
So what else about your Smash past?
Tell us some characters. I know you don't have a main, but tell us about your character hopping. What were some characters you enjoyed in other games?
Well, back during Melee, I played a lot of Marth. Marth was my go-to character, but I was not super into the competitive play back when Melee came out. I just liked Marth. I thought he was cool. I was pretty young, and Fire Emblem sword character looked really cool and flashy and anime, so I was way into that. But when Brawl came out, I found myself gravitating toward Toon Link at first. That didn't necessarily last for too long when I switched over to Lucas, and then ultimately Snake and Falco were the two that I settled on when it came to Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
And Smash 4 came out, and I remember seeing the very first trailer for the game when they previewed it in a Nintendo Direct or something. It was some kind of Nintendo event. I'm sure it was a Direct. I just can't remember it very well.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment that they showed Villager toss his net over Mario, and that little glint in his eye, I was like, I need to main this character.
Wow.
And then Smash Bros. 4 came out, and I played nothing but Villager. I didn't play anyone else. I tried a couple of other characters, but Villager was my main focus, and I was a diehard Villager main from day one of Smash 4, and claimed to be, and this is a little bit shameful, but I claimed to be the best Villager in the United States, with no tournament results, no nothing, just knowing that I was good online gave me the confidence to state that I was the best Villager in the United States.
What caught you about Villager so much? Do you like Animal Crossing a lot?
I do like Animal Crossing, but his playstyle lends very well to what I like to do in most fighting games. I like to zone. I like to keep people at a disadvantage while keeping them at a distance. I think that is my optimal playstyle as a player. A lot of people hate fighting zoners with a burning passion, and I understand the frustration, but what a lot of people don't understand is that the frustration is part of the battle. If I am getting in your head and I'm frustrating you with the pellets that I'm hitting you in the face with, or the Lloyd rockets that you really can't seem to do anything about, I'm winning the mental battle, which at the end of the day is going to win the actual battle. Smash Ultimate came out, and I first had a huge interest in playing Snake. I saw that Everyone Is Here trailer. I was completely amped that Snake was in the game, and I was like, I can't believe it. Snake was my one of my characters back in Brawl. I'm so hyped to have him back. And I tried him out. Before the game's release, they did like a Best Buy thing up in Chicago, where you could come and play the game or release, just to try it out or do whatever you want. And I went up and I tried Snake out.
You went all the way to Chicago?
Yes, I was that dedicated to play the game. I really, really wanted to play.
That's crazy.
I loaded up my girlfriend at the time, and her and I drove up to Chicago, and we spent the day in Chicago, and most of it was spent at the Best Buy, much to her dismay. We're just waiting in line. And
hey, you got a cool Smash pin though, didn't you?
Yes, I did get that pin. I was very excited about that. But awesome. Snake ultimately didn't work out as well as I thought. I played one game as Snake and one game as Villager, and played infinitely better as Villager, which is to be expected. He was my Smash 4 main. Of course I was going to do better. But I was disappointed with how Snake felt at the time. It's been how long since release? About like 6-7 months?
Yeah.
And I have been struggling to find a secondary character to cover Villager's bad matchups, because I know you said that I don't really have a main, but Villager I still consider to be my main. I character hop from time to time, but Villager is absolutely my main. When Ultimate came out, Isabel was in the game. Isabel is the character that I wish I could play. The character that I wish I could play as well as Villager. It's not the case, but I love Isabel a lot. Animal Crossing New Leaf was my favorite Animal Crossing game in the series. Aww. She's so charming and adorable. I was like, I need to play this character. I need to be the best with this character. But ultimately, I ended up finding that Villager just worked so much better for me. So I've been struggling to find that secondary to cover my bad matchups. And I think I've settled on Snake. Snake is a very good character. I started to learn him a little bit more. There are just a couple of things that I really need to focus on putting into my kit. Up tilt, up smash, down air. Multiple different things.
Throwing those grenades around.
Yep. Snake is absolutely one of those characters that I think fits my playstyle very well, with the ability to zone, the ability to keep my opponent at a disadvantage while keeping them at a distance. And I think, unlike Villager, Snake has a lot of get-off-me options.
For sure.
So it's a lot easier for me to get him away from me if I need to.
I would love to fight your Snake. I bet like every Snake is like different, I feel like.
Yes, absolutely. I was watching Salem Snake. His Snake plays infinitely different than Ally Snake. Ally's snake plays crazy different than MVD's snake. Every snake plays wildly different, and yet just as effective, which drives me crazy to even think about.
Man, Sheikh Zula's snake is like really, really good too.
Yeah, Sheikh Zula played a little bit of snake when the game first came out, but he's now stuck on Rob.
Yeah.
Rob is absolutely his main right now. He tried to pick up Pichu for a little bit, but he's gravitated back toward that robot yet again.
Well, you talked about it for a little bit, but can I get some more details on why you like Villager over Isabel?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, I guess one thing that the reason why Villager just feels a lot better in my hands as opposed to Isabel is that Isabel does the same exact thing as Villager, but Villager has a lot more. He has a lot more moves that give him the opportunity to push in and be aggressive, as opposed to Isabel is a campy character, like 100% camp. Villager, you can be aggressive with while also being campy. You can keep them at that distance while forcing them to move back by pushing in with Lloyd Rocket, forward air, back air, back air. And you have those options to control your spacing in every circumstance, not just defensively. Whereas with Isabel, you plant the Lloyd Rocket and then you're just spamming fair and back air to keep them at a distance so that you rack up their percentage and then you land yourself a kill. Or you get a grab with the fishing rod or with the net and then land yourself a couple of quick combos off of that. But ultimately, I think the thing that makes me play Villager more than Isabel is that Villager is a character that is a zoner and is majority-wise defensive played, but can be played aggressively. And I'm not necessarily a 100% laid-back player. I like to get aggressive sometimes, and I like to, jump in and do some quick damage with short hop forward airs. The only thing... There's one move that Isabel does that is better than Villager's, and I really wish Villager had a better version of this move, and it's her up tilt. She uses that broom.
Yeah.
She swings it in a massive arc above her head, and it's so good at knocking opponents up. And Villager, he brings out this tiny stick and swings it in like a hitbox that's like a quarter of the size. Mind you, it hits twice, but it's not nearly as utility as Isabel's up tilt. Isabel is also very good at jab blocks. She can get jab block punishes very, very effectively. Her forward air hits at a more downward angle as opposed to Villagers, so a lot of people don't have the opportunity to tech it unless they are like lightning fast. And then from there you can get a couple of jabs and then up smash into up air, which can deal up to like 60%. Whereas Villager, your jab block punishes jab, down tilt, which does like 28%. So it's a massive percentage difference, but it is off of a techable forward air. But as I stated, Villager just has a lot more things that I feel are comfortable for my play style. Bowling Ball is another thing. Like, oh boy, did I miss Bowling Ball. That move was so busted.
I was playing some matches with Wesley before this call, and I got that bowling ball off stage on him a lot. It's so brutal. It's so brutal. It just feels so sassy. Like
it does. And because like in most circumstances, there's not a whole lot that they could do about it. They just need to accept their fate, and they're like, all right.
Oh man. Well, that's really cool. I like Villager a lot too. A lot more than Isabel, mostly just because of the Lloyd Rocket. Yeah,
it gives you a lot of horizontal movement on stage because they need to either jump it or shield it, and then you can punish whatever their option is. It's very good.
Yeah, it's so. I that's like my favorite thing about Villager is doing that Lloyd Rocket and then slingshot move.
Yep. Covering all their options, making sure that they can't really do a whole lot against it. It's so good.
Well, heck yeah.
Did you have fun at the last tournament?
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask how it felt.
Madisonville?
Yeah.
You know what? I had an absolutely amazing time. I don't want to go in a whole lot of detail about it, but I was going through a rough situation that Friday and was not in the highest of spirits. I was invited down to Madisonville by Alchemic Drive, who, by extension, Geo and Crit invited me as well. And I went down Saturday. We left at like 10 o'clock in the morning. We went down, and we ended up getting back to Evansville at about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Whoa!
So what
did you guys do?
We ended up going to Cracker Barrel, having a good time, and then we went to Evansville Esports, and we ground out some more games together. And I was there until 5. A lot of other people left earlier than that. Venue was open super duper late, so I stayed, got some practice in, had a lot of fun. But like I said, that particular weekend was not super great for me. But being down in Madisonville and being around all those people who like were into Smash Brothers, and not only into Smash Brothers, but those people that were impressed with my gameplay in general, I was incredibly happy to find that sort of praise. I forget who I was going up against, but he sat down next to me and he said, "I heard you're really good." And I was like, "What? What? Come on, I'm not that good. I'm all right." And he was like, "Nah, dude, I heard you're actually really good." And I was like, "Oh, what? Come on, that's crazy. Thank you."
Heck
and
yeah.
it was just really, it was crazy nice to be in a spot where people thought that I was like good at the game and we're looking forward to fight me. That was really nice.
Man, I'm so glad it made you feel better.
Absolutely it did. I've been in such higher spirits since then. Mm-hmm. And I thank you guys a lot for that. I'll definitely be at the next one.
Oh,
sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, I want to fight you.
Dude, when I heard you were coming, I put your name in the computer. I'm like, yes. Because I fought you at one of the first tournaments that I've been to at Evansville Esports. And you were playing Isabel, and you're playing Lucas. It's like, this is my main. Like, you wrecked me, and it's like, and then you break out Isabel, and then it's like, this is my main. And then you wrecked me
yeah. I remember trying with Lucas at one point. I tried to pick up Lucas. He's not what I want him to be, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But he's still pretty decent, just not my play style. Villager is perfectly tailored for me.
Yeah, I've always seen you at Evansville, but I've never fought you. Mm-hmm. But now I'm ready. I'm ready for the next Massville.
When is that, by the way?
June 22nd. I needed to invite you to the Facebook page. We do post pretty regularly on there.
Okay. Yeah, I actually made a post. I always draw the thumbnails. In the new thumbnail, it has Isabel using her fishing rod, and it grabs awesome. Wesley's wolf, and it grabs his eye patch and rips it off. And I posted on Facebook what should be under Wolf's eye patch, and I had a little poll for people to vote for what it should be.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to join that. Make sure you send me an invite.
Yeah, I will.
Right now, the one that's winning is Jotaro Kirby, which is really odd.
No. Of course. There's always a JoJo's reference.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah. Tell me, what were some of the people... Well, did you win randoms too?
Yeah, he won both.
Heck yeah, that's so cool.
And actually, I discovered a character there that, during randoms, that I had a lot of fun with, that I was looking forward to experimenting more with, and that's Sonic. I always shied away from Sonic because the character, he's got a little bit of a interesting history, we'll say, with people, and the way that he played in Super Smash Bros. 4, I didn't like him all that much. And there's a character from Owensboro, Kentucky. He goes by Jin now, but before he went by Stardust. And he played an insanely good Sonic back in Smash 4. So much so that he was considered the best in Kentucky, period. And when the switch was made over to Smash Bros. Ultimate, he dropped Sonic and plays a lot more Wolf now. But picking up Sonic, he's completely different than my playstyle, and yet I seem to have a lot more fun with him than I do other Zoner characters. I could pick up Samus and not nearly have as good of a time as I would with Sonic. It's just something about jumping off stage, using the up B, and then getting a juicy back air for the kill. and being able to air dodge back to ledge. Something about that's just so satisfying. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the randoms tournament was a lot of fun. I hear that every time you guys do a tournament down there, you switch it up and do like a like tournament, and then you do the singles tournament. And previously it was a doubles, and I was actually kind of amped for doubles because I was going to team with Gio. But then we got in the car, and Gio was like, "Oh no, they're not doing doubles. It's a random tournament." And I was like, "Random?
Oh,
all right."
No.
I was like, "I'm not." He was like, "Yeah, be prepared to lose." And I was like, "Okay," because Gio is a lot better at.
He's good with like every character.
Yeah, he's good with literally every character.
At the tournament, at the last one, he was just whipping out like randos like crazy. Like he just like popped out like Palutena and like
yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but he stormed through crews with the Ridley.
I heard about that actually. I heard he took quite a number of stocks with Ridley. But I was a little bit scared to do the random tournament because I knew how good Gio was with every other character in the game. But it was still a really good grand final set with him in randos, and then another one in singles as well. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
You guys played so many games against each other that tournament.
Well, I mean, hilariously enough,
sets.
In Evansville, we don't really play each other that often. I think our set count, since Ultimate began, we have only played 6 sets against him.
Oof.
And I believe it's a 3-3 dead even tie here in Evansville Esports. We're 3-3 right now. He's a very, very good player fundamentally. But I think where he struggles the most is he doesn't have a character that he settles on. He loves to branch out and bounce to various different characters. Like one week he'll play Roy, then the next he'll play Ridley, then the next he'll play Palutena, and then he'll pull out Mr. Game & Watch, and then he'll play Rob, and then we're just like, what are you doing, dude? You gotta focus down a character, otherwise you're not gonna learn the specific nuances of that character, as well as like people who have put an insane amount of time. Like the reason why I'm as good at Villager as I am is that I have had years and years of playing this character. I've been playing him since Smash 4, and he just fits so well that. And I understand the struggle of not finding a character that fits your playstyle as well. I mean, there are people that struggle with that, but I've told Gio that all he would need to do is focus down Lucina, and he would be good. Mm-hmm. Lucina is he calls her boring. He says that she's incredibly boring, a very like stale character that like doesn't do a whole lot of flashy, cool, interesting things. And I just tell him that Smash Brothers isn't all about the flashy, cool, and interesting. Sometimes there are some boring things that happen. I'm like, do you really think I'm having the time of my life when I'm short hop back airing for most of the game? No. It's not about that. It's about those flashy moments that come in 1, 2, maybe 3 times a game that make those boring moments worth it.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to bash Gio at all. I think he's an incredible person, a very proficient Smash player, and he was absolutely, during the Smash 4 days, one of the people that I looked up to competitive-wise, not necessarily social-wise, because he was kind of a dick back then. And he will agree that he was, so that's not me talking crap. It's just the way that he was back in those days. But as a player, I looked up to his ability to play the game as well as he did. His Bayonetta back in Smash 4 was insanely good, and took many, many Evansville esports victories.
He told us about that. He told us like how people would like harass him because he played Bayonetta and like,
yes, a lot of people. I was definitely one of those people that gave him crap for it, but it was mostly out of frustration. It didn't feel nice to get hit once and then lose a stock. It wasn't fun.
I wish I was there during Smash 4 days. Like that must have been so like toxic and bad. Like
I think what really turned like everybody around was at one point he made a tag on every one of the setups in the local called Papa Free for his name, because he and I would go up in semifinals and finals a lot, and he changed his tag name to Papa Free to basically say how free I was because I played villager as opposed to a high tier character, and I don't know what had happened, but during one of our sets while he was using the tag, something snapped in me, and our set was over, and he reached out for the fist bump, and I said, "No, F you," and then stormed out of the venue, incredibly mad. And the both of us got a stern talking to by the owner of the venue. And then since then, Gio and I have been like really, really close friends. It's been interesting growing up in this community, because it's been so crazy seeing the changes that people have gone through. Gio was one of the biggest positive cases, and like, geez, man, what an amazing dude. Mm-hmm. And the Evansville esports community in general was incredibly, like, when I stormed out after cursing out another player, I did not expect to be welcomed back into the community with as open arms as they did. And I'm incredibly happy that they were super, like, cool and willing to give me like a second chance when it came to that nonsense, because I personally don't think anyone should be that toxic when it comes to a video game, especially a video game that was designed to be party game. Yeah. But I'm not trying to say that people should be permanently banned. I'm just saying that they should be looked down upon, and you should probably try to figure that out and get yourself together and try to get that under control. Mm-hmm. And I guess when it came to Evansville esports, they were super duper forgiving and crazy willing to just give that person a second shot. I remember they all came in. I was streaming at the time, and they all came into my Twitch chat and were super duper nice and really sweet, and just were like, "Yeah, dude, you should come back to Evansville esports." And I was like, "What? All right."
That's so nice.
Yeah, they're just a really good bunch of people. Because after I had done that, I was in like a huge slump, because I had recently watched a compilation on YouTube featuring people like Kira Flax and Bloodcross, who would, after losing sets, scream and throw controllers and curse people out, and I was like, oh man, I'm just as bad as these guys. And I just I didn't want to show my face at EE anymore because I was just too ashamed of it. But everyone just jumped into my Twitch chat, and they were like, dude, you should come back to the venue. And it was just super duper nice. I was blown away by the kindness that they showed me, honestly.
That's so cool, man. This podcast has just been like, Evansville esports is so great.
Yeah. They really are, though. I mean,
it is.
They're just awesome. A really good spot.
Man, that's really nice, though. I'm glad they're all there for you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you and Gio are really good friends after that.
Yeah, definitely.
So you do some streaming, huh?
Oh yes. I don't know if it's all right for me to talk about it, but
go ahead.
I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Papa_Peace.
Oh, drop that.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry.
No, it's fun. It's fun. I'm just messing with you. This is our podcast. I mean,
I was gonna say. I was like, you just told me to. All right. So I've been streaming for about like a year or so now, and it's been a wild ride since the very beginning. And I've accumulated quite the community from it. I think the Discord server's got like 200 something people in it, and
yeah,
I've got like 1,800 followers or something like that on Twitch, which is not super huge, but it's also nothing to sneeze at. And it's quite the community that I've built. I'm very proud of the community that I've built, and they're all really nice people. I've met some insanely cool people that I play Smash Brothers with over Wi-Fi a lot. They're all really sweet and nice, and they've been there for me through a lot of tough times. And I don't really. It's funny because I have no problem going on and on and on during Twitch streams about what's going on in my life, but the moment one of my close friends like Geo or Alchemic Drive or Crit like asks me, "Are you all right, dude?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the Twitch chat, the people that have come into it have been insanely nice. Shout outs to Reaper of Dark and Vilivus. They've been there since the very, very beginning. Very, very cool dudes. And without their support, I don't know what I would be doing in my spare time. I certainly wouldn't be streaming as much as I did. Or
what do you usually stream? Do you usually play Smash or other games?
My stream revolves mostly around a game called Enter the Gungeon.
That's so cool.
It's
I love Into the Gungeon.
Yes, it was a game. I started streaming the game to complete challenge mode, and every day I did a stream attempting to beat challenge mode. And once I did, I was like, "Well, where do I go from here?" And then I noticed another Enter the Gungeon streamer named Barbwire, who he did Lich kill streaks. So the final boss of the game, he did kill streaks of. And I was like, I should do that. So then I started doing it, and then Turbo mode came out, and then Paradox mode came out. So now the optimal streaking setup is Turbo Paradox, which is basically a random start with double the speed, and just killing the final boss in as many times as you can in a row. And actually, I don't remember what number I got up to. What was it? I'm up to 21 in a row right now. So I built quite the streak, and hopefully I won't lose it anytime soon. Enter the Gungeon is the one that I focus on, but I play all sorts of other stuff too. Recently, I just finished a 100% Majora's Mask playthrough, which Majora's Mask is my favorite game of all time, bar none. It's just absolutely incredible game. And I'm very biased when it comes to Zelda games, but Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda of all time. It's the best one. It's the best.
That's so cool. I've never played that one, actually. Like, I played most of them. And like I grew up with Ocarina of Time, but like I never played that one. It feels so weird when I see it.
If you ever get to the point where you want to play it, I really recommend you play the Nintendo 64 version. Don't get the 3DS one.
I heard about it.
Inferior way to play the game. It is not good.
I heard.
They kept a lot of the glitches in that you can perform to speedrun the game, which I appreciate a lot. But the changes that they made to the bosses, the swimming animation for Zora, and just the way that like some of the stuff works now is just it was changes that the game didn't need. When they made Wind Waker HD for the Wii U, all the changes that they made in that game made that game the best Zelda, period. Like, my favorite Zelda is Majora's Mask, but the best Zelda, in my personal opinion, is Wind Waker HD because of the changes that they made with the Swift Sail. They cut back on the Triforce hunting quests. They did a whole lot of stuff to make that game really, really, really good. Comparative. But as far as my stream goes, I play Into the Gungeon a lot, but I play other games too. Majora's Mask was one of the ones that I recently completed, and I think Fallout New Vegas is next on my list because I've never played a Fallout game before, and apparently New Vegas is the one to start. Apparently,
New Vegas is really good. Fallout 3 is really good too.
I heard that one. I
couldn't get into Fallout 4. I don't know why.
I heard that there is a mod that allows you to connect Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas with like a train station apparently, and you can play both of the games in one game. And I don't know how that works or anything like that, but apparently that can be done. I don't have Fallout 3, but that sounds interesting. But New Vegas is the next on my stream list. Right now I've been streaming a whole lot less because I've been focusing a lot on getting my Snake ready for Smash and Splash. Villager is always at the ready, but Snake, Snake needs some help. Snake needs help.
I saw your matches against Cosmos and Mars in doubles.
Yes.
Like you pull out your Villager. That first game was like you almost beat them. It was awesome.
You were
like you and Axu.
They I think Mars's Ike is very free. My guess is that he pulled out Ike because Ike works so well with him. And the setups that both of those characters have work insanely well with each other. As you might have seen in the last game of that set, where Axu was the only one left, and he got locked into Inkling's jab, and Ike just stood to the right of that jab and just swung his sword down and on top of Axu's head and just killed him instantly. That was brutal. But I think Mars's Ike is fairly weak. I saw that in one-on-one type situations, when there weren't many passes, there weren't many partner interactions, I was able to I didn't play Villager, I played Isabel at the time.
Yeah, you did.
And I found that my Isabel was able to wall out Ike very, very effectively.
Yeah, I saw that. You were like playing with them.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of fun, and those two players are incredibly talented and really good guys, by the way. I had a whole lot of fun at Full Bloom. Full Bloom was my first big tournament. I got an autograph from ESAM. I hung out with a lot of top players, so cool. And it was really chill and relaxed. And I got absolutely destroyed by a Pac-Man on stream. Go me.
Hey, dude, I actually made it 17 for that tournament.
Who?
Axu, your partner.
Yes. Axu's Wolf performed incredibly well. I believe he lost in losers to Amadeus, if I remember correctly. I remember watching that set. I remember watching that set, and it was, I believe they went to Game 3, and it was a very intense Game 3. Axu plays incredibly well for someone his age, and I am excited to doubles with him at Smash and Splash. So hopefully you guys see us on stream. Oh, Axu is 16.
Oh, he's 16?
Yes, he's 16 years old, incredibly young and very talented, and he's
really nice too.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. When it comes to trying to give advice to other players, he can be a little bit overextending, and not a lot of people want to, hear advice after a loss during most circumstances. But he still tries his best to help, even though sometimes it's not wanted, and he has a hard time reading when people want and or don't want advice. So he struggles with that. But other than that, he's a good kid, really good player in general, and just really nice. And, I mean, he's my ride and hotel stay up to Smash and Splash. Without him, I don't think I would be going to Smash and Splash. Basically,
that's so cool. I liked fighting him because he's like, all right, I gotta get myself pumped up, and he's just like saying all these things to himself while he's fighting. It was really entertaining.
Yeah, he's kind of wild.
Yeah, you guys placed in the top 8 in doubles at Full Bloom. That was really cool.
Yes, I believe we did, and I think there were like 50-something teams there. Yeah, we played really well. We ended up getting into losers from Mars and Cosmos, and then in losers we lost to a Villager and I can't remember what the other person was playing, but I know there was a Villager on their team because I remember going, man, I wish I had that Lloyd Rocket that I could just place and just not have to worry about, like, I need to trap them. I could just throw this Lloyd Rocket and then approach with it. And then I was like, what if I just played Villager instead? I actually made April 1st, I made an April Fool's joke saying, guys, I hate to break it to you, but I'm dropping Isabel. I'm now a Villager main. Isabel is done. I'm no longer playing Isabel. And then, like, everyone was like, haha, funny April Fool's joke, Papa. And then, like, 2 days later, I was like, hold on a minute. What if I just played Villager? Uh-oh.
I love that.
What was intended to be an April Fool's joke ended up being the reality of the situation.
We did an April Fool's podcast where we talked about school bus racing, but we disguised it as Smash Bros. Like a Smash Bros. Tournament. And the documentary was called Smash Motorized Mayhem.
Oh my god.
It was really terrible. Like, there's a guy that he went by K9. I'm like, dude, he's a wolf player. Like, we made up a whole entire tournament list and stuff, and we talked about the tournament like by each fight.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we use a crap ton of quotes from the documentary because it just fits right into Smash. It was hilarious. Right. We had a lot of fun with that video.
That's awesome.
We spent the longest on that one over any video we've done.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. You'll have to send me the link to that. I'll watch it.
Yeah. We at the first day we kind of tried to disguise it good, make it look like it was real, but afterwards we changed it to April Fools. So
there you go.
Since it was about buses, we changed the thumbnail to like our characters but as buses. PapaPeace. The next tournament is gonna be Squad Strike. So like, what 3 characters are you gonna do? I think I already have them in mind, but
I'm pretty sure I might do Villager. Villager, Snake, Sonic is the ones I want to do. I think those are my 3 best, but I might swap Sonic for Isabel just because.
That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Sonic is fun, but you know what? I'll probably want to do Sonic for Squad Strike simply because like he's a lot of fun, and I wouldn't want to deprive myself from that amount of fun. Honestly, there was during the first singles match that I played at Madisonville, I was up against oh god, what in the world is his tag? Alchemic Drive's cousin. Forget his name.
Tim?
No, he played me Sword Fighter, and I think Pikachu. But I distinctly remember getting really, really, really good results in that match, and being like, "Hey, maybe Sonic is for me," because I ended up 3-stocking and 2-0ing, and I was like, "Whoa, hang on a minute, Sonic though, this is a lot of fun, and I'm doing decent with him." But coming back to Evansville and fighting players like Triv and and Axu and trying to use Sonic against them, my day 2 Sonic did not work out as well as I had hoped. He still works pretty well, but I mean, to fight players of that caliber with their characters that they have been playing since the game released, with a character that I just picked up the day before, not really gonna work out very well.
Yeah. I feel like that too.
Yeah. So your first match you played was versus Temp, which is Alchemic's cousin, I believe. His name's like Tyed, I think is his real name.
Yeah, I don't believe.
I don't know if they're cousins or not, but I
No,
thought that's what you said.
No, I think my first match against Temp, I forgot that I fought Temp. Yeah, I think the second one is the one that I'm thinking of, and I think his name was Screw, maybe?
Pank. The next person you fought was Pank, which is Blizza's cousin.
Yeah,
and then you fought Blizza, and then you fought Geo, and then you fought Xenoshinx, and then you fought Geo again.
Huh.
And then you fought Geo again.
Looks like I can't even remember the sets.
Some of the matches.
Well, I swear
every games you and Geo played, you went the full set. Every game.
Yeah, we did. I think the only one we didn't was the grand finals reset of singles, where I believe it was 3-1 instead of 3-2, because he stayed Ike in the very last game 4, and I switched to Snake, and it was just Snake does really well against Ike, in my personal opinion. Ike can get a lot off of his Nair combos against Snake, but if Snake can keep Ike at a distance, like at the perfect distance, which is just out of Nair range, then he can deal a lot of damage. And there wasn't a whole lot that he could do against Snake up tilt. Snake up tilt is busted. It's a frame 5 move that kills at like 102%. It's insane, and it kills Pichu.
Down as 3-2 final game.
Yeah,
so
really,
every game was.
Well, looks like I can't remember. But Snake's up tilt is really strong. It kills Pichu at like 65%. So I like to use Snake against Pichu, because I think Villager struggles a little bit against that matchup, because rushdown characters are kind of rough. If they can get in really fast, then I don't have a whole lot against it. It's kind of hard. That and Palutena. I don't like Palutena. Oof.
Oh.
Dude, yeah, I play DDD, and Palutena's zoned me out so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I loved messing with Crit when he was playing Palutena. Because I was like, Nair. Oh, Nair. Yeah. What's next? Nair.
DDD's hurt box is so big that he can just get carried by Nair through the entire game. There's not a whole lot he can do about it.
It's happened to me. I had a game in Bowling Green and in Evansville where I just get bodied by Palutena's just nairing and zoning me out.
She's definitely, I would say, top 15 in the game character-wise. She's very, very good. She has a very good kit. A lot of her moves are safe on shield, and her nair is just absolutely broken.
I like that she's better in this game, because I felt in Smash 4, I forgot she was even in the game.
Yeah, I remember the only notable win that Palutena had was when Prince Ramen beat Zero with Palutena, and then walked over to the microphone and said, "Play who you want to play," and then walked away. And that was really really
so cool.
And that was actually cool for me because I played Villager, which, I mean, before the DLC characters came out in Smash 4, Villager was high tier because his ability to zone was just so good and beat just about anything. But Cloud came out, Bayonetta came out, Corrin came out, and all three of those characters destroyed Villager in every aspect. And being told that Villager was a bad character and to just play a higher tier character like Fox or Sheik or Diddy Kong, and then watching Prince Ramen beat the undisputed best Smash 4 player in the world with Palutena, and then saying, "Play who you want to play," was like, wow. Holy crap, I am never dropping Villager.
Same. That's how I feel with DDD. I'll have times where I'm like, this character stinks.
Dude, the guy that ended his streak was a Villager player.
Really?
In Smash 4. Yeah. I did some research and I watched some documentaries over Zero and a lot of Smash players because I'm like, I need to know everything about the gods. I need to know everything about the best players in Smash. And I think it was it
Renai?
Asian player.
Yeah, Renai.
Yeah, I guess it was. He was the best Villager main or whatever. He managed to beat
Villager in the world.
Yeah, he beat him, and this is like, wow.
Yeah,
heck yeah.
He finally ended his 55 something major wins in a row.
That's crazy. I didn't know that he ended his streak. That's wild.
Yeah.
Renai is he was an incredibly good player, and one of the main reasons why that I stuck with Villager the way that I did, I was like, if he could do it, I could do it. I just got to put my mind to it and hone it and just do what Renai does. Easy peasy. Forehead? No, it doesn't really work that way. But
Kappa.
I definitely did stick with Villager because of Renai. Watching his tournament wins and the way that he plays at majors was insane. I was like, he's playing this character so well. I want to do that. Let's go, Villager.
Let's go.
And so I haven't dropped Villager since, except when I played Isabel for the first couple of months of. Actually, it was the first 3 months. I played for a whole quarter of Isabel, and I actually got on the Evansville PR with Isabel, which I consider an achievement because because I don't play her exceptionally well, but I did well enough to make it onto the PR, and I'm pretty happy about that.
You're already in the PR for Madisonville.
Am I really?
Yeah,
it's second. I believe.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's because we haven't marked whoever pretty much consistently does well at the tournaments they keep putting up there. Since you won first in 2 different sets, you're placed second currently.
Nice.
Because we made sure make both of them count because they're kind of really similar anyways.
Yeah. Of course.
We did them all seeded anyways, so we made them both count.
My assumption is that Geo is in the one spot.
Yeah, Geo's on.
Yeah. All right.
Crit's in 3.
I'm number 7.
Let's go.
He was number 1.
Yeah, I won the first tournament.
Until the big bad Evansville boys came down.
Boys came.
Oof.
I thought it was funny.
Don't worry. Next, Evansville, listen up. Next tournament, you guys are going down.
Ooh.
Us Madisonville boys are going to fuse together.
Let's go. I like the confidence. Let's do it.
I want to see if Fuse was a fuse.
Me and Tyler are going to fuse together.
He's the Wario player that we have.
Oh yes. There was who was the Kirby player that was that Blizza?
Blizza, yeah. It's Blizza.
He was very, very good. I liked his play style, and the fact that he played Kirby was kind of crazy because Kirby is considered possibly the worst character in the game.
I know, right? But Blizza is amazing.
But Blizza is really, really good. There's also another player we went not too long after the Madisonville tournament. We went to Bourbon State Gaming over in, oh God, where was that? It was, I believe it was Eastern Kentucky, where we played in a 300-something person tournament. And there was a Kirby player by the name Kumatora who played incredibly well, and I think placed top 16 if I remember correctly. It just goes to show that like it doesn't necessarily matter like what professional players think of a character. The character can still be played well. For instance, Indiana's best player, Mysterica, mains Zelda. Literally, the best player in Indiana is a Zelda player, and Zelda is considered to be like low tier. But I mean, somehow this person goes to events all the time and wins them with Zelda. And
that's so cool.
You'll see players like Donkey Kong players, people who play like Diddy Kong, and people who play Robin. I actually lost out of losers at Bourbon State to a Robin player. Forget what their tag was, but they played incredibly well. Robin is a very strong character when in the right hands, and I think a lot of characters are like that. Mm-hmm. I think that you shouldn't pick your character based off of tier lists. You should pick your character based off of how you feel with it. Because at the end of the day, it matters more that you have fun than it does that you win. Winning is important, but if all you're doing is winning and you're not having fun, you'll find yourself in a position where you ask yourself, why do I even play this game? Just to win. What's the point? I'm not having any fun. And then you'll get to the point where, you know, you're dreading to play this game because you would rather be doing something else. And you never want to be like that in a video game. So my recommendation to anybody is that you want to pick a character that you have fun with. You pick a character that feels right for you. No matter what their spot on the tier list is, you want to play Little Mac, play Little Mac. Little Mac is fun. Do it. But
Dude,
don't
we
just...
had Neo Spawn, a guy from Bowling Green. He used to live here in Madisonville. He almost beat Geo with Little Mac.
Little Mac is dangerous. Little Mac is, on paper, one of the weakest characters in the game because all you really need to do is gimp them. It's super easy to gimp. But if you give them that advantage state of being on stage and you let them play around for just too long, you absolutely could drop a game and even a set to a Little Mac player because of how strong Little Mac is in neutral.
And it hurts to lose to a Little Mac.
It absolutely does.
Because it's like so easy to kill, man. Just knock you off stage, fire a laser. You know,
you're
like
thinking
makes you question your existence.
You're thinking the whole time, "Oh, I'm doing everything right. Why isn't it working?" And then he gets a super armor down smash, knocks you off stage. You're recovering, and then he gets another down smash and kills you with it. And you're like, "What is going on? Why am I losing to Little Mac?"
Best character in the game.
Best character in the game. But yeah, don't pick your character based on tier lists. Don't pick up Wolf because he's top tier. Don't pick up Pichu because they're top tier. Pick up a character that you have fun with and that you like. I've stuck with Villager since the very beginning, and I don't think there is a single time that I've played Villager where I have gone, oh, I would rather be playing anyone else, or I would rather be playing this character. Villager is just so much fun for me. And I think I'm a little bit sadistic in this because I find personal joy when people get frustrated fighting against me because it's like yes it's working. No. But
I like that.
It certainly does help to get in the opponent's head, and I find that my Villager does that very effectively. So just keep looking for that character that you want to play and just play them.
I really like all that stuff you said about picking a character you like, because like as a DDD main, it's like I feel discouraged a lot, but at the end of the day, he's like the only character I enjoy playing as.
Absolutely, play DDD. He's not only is he fun, but he's also really good. He's got
the best personality.
He definitely does. Considered to be the sexiest character in Super Smash Brothers.
For sure.
But there's a player named Prattle who is from Owensboro, I believe, and he has been taking a little break from Smash Brothers to focus on other things. But he played Falco and King DDD, and his King DDD is very, very good. King DDD does have some really, really bad. I'm going to call him D3 because saying D that many times in a row, geez. He's got some really bad matchups, but he's very, very good in neutral. He's got some really good combo game, and Gordos are busted. They're really just absolutely busted. And if you're playing a heavy character against DDD and you get hit by that Gordo, there is a 70% chance that you will get hit by another hitbox from that same Gordo and take twice as much damage. It's absurd.
I hate I feel bad when I play with people because I don't even know how to explain Gordos. They just do their own thing.
Dude, it's thing. When you're playing Joker and you use a side B and it hits the Gordo, it either will bounce it away or it'll still come at you.
It's not consistent.
It's not consistent.
Me and Wesley will be playing, and I'll just get mad at my own playstyle. I'll be like, Gordos are so dumb! They don't make any sense. Why aren't they reflecting?
I'm shooting stuff to bounce it away.
Why does it work half the time?
That's funny. But yeah, I definitely am one of those people that think that people should play characters that they want to play. And not worry so much at picking up top tier characters just simply to get the win or to be the best.
I wholeheartily agree with you. I chose Wolf and Roy as my first and secondary in the game first started. I can't help it, the pros picked up everybody those characters up.
It's true that Roy's pretty decent. When the game had first came out, I fought against Jin's Wolf, Stardust, and he absolutely destroyed me with Wolf. And I was like, hey guys, I think Wolf might be really, really high tier, maybe even top tier. And everyone was like, what are you talking about, dude? What? No, Wolf is mid tier. What are you talking about? He's easy. Just gimp him, lol. And then a couple weeks later, Zach Ray brought Wolf to what was that tournament? It was a pretty big tournament. Japanese player Zach Ray, really young kid, brought Wolf and ended up doing...
he inspired me so much. Genesis 6?
Yeah, Genesis 6, that's what it was. He brought Wolf to Genesis 6 and made top 8. And
his feet don't even touch the floor.
Yeah, his feet don't even touch the floor, yeah. Everyone was super impressed, and everyone was like, hang on, Wolf might have something here. And I was like, yeah, I know. And, but Wolf is very good. If you like Wolf, I recommend that you play him. He's a fun character, and he's really strong. His smash attacks in general aren't punishable. You can do them safely on shield no matter what. You're gonna get away with it.
In this forward smash, if you miss it, whatever, throw it out again.
Yep, just throw it out again. Same with down smash too. Down smash, you can just keep throwing it out. And his tilts are really strong. He's just
I love his up tilt at 130-something% up tilt kill.
It's basically like a miniature snake up tilt.
Yeah.
I love that.
Very strong character, but yeah, it's absolutely a play who you want to play situation. And this also goes the other way. If you like to play as a top tier character, don't let people discourage you by saying, "Oh, you're carried by top tier." No, they're just playing a character that they like, and they're also top tier. Just get good, lol. I do well with Villager. Villager's considered to be low mid tier, but Villager is my character, and I wouldn't drop him for the world. As expected, I would never expect a Wolf player to drop Wolf. That's silly. And I really do look down on those who criticize players for playing a character that they enjoy or playing a character that they have fun playing. In fact, I look down on people who insult players for playing a character because they're top 2. If somebody wants to play a character specifically because of how good they are, I am 100% okay with that. That you do what you want to do. But I do not appreciate or respect players who talk down on other players because of their picks, regardless of whether or not it's a good pick or a bad. Mm-hmm. So you play what you want to play, you do what you want to do. You'll always have my respect until you disrespect someone else. That's it.
Yeah,
that's me.
I love how Ultimate, there's so many different characters like that people play. Mm-hmm. They're like, you know, if you look at Melee, there's like 10 characters people play.
Yeah.
But if you look at this game, it's almost every character on the roster except for a few gets played.
Yep, exactly.
And I love that so much.
That's how I felt about Smash 4 as well when Smash 4 was going on. When I would look at Melee, like, yeah, Bayo. But when I would look at Melee, I would be like, there are like 6 or 7 characters on this list of characters of like 30-something that are actually viable to play in tournaments. And if you play any of them, you might as well not even enter. You play any of the other ones, you might as well not even enter at all. And Smash 4 came out, and I was like, but look at Smash 4. You've got all these different players from all around the world that are representing all these different characters. You've got Diddy Kongs, you've got Sheiks, you've got Peaches, you've got Marios, you've got Ness, you've got Villagers, you've got Fox, you've got Falco, you've got Bayonetta, and the point is, the point is that I personally think that the development team of the Smash Brothers games, Sakurai's Sora Limited Company, are doing an exceptionally good job of not only including newer characters, thus expanding the roster, but balancing the games in such a way that no one character is ridiculously overpowered. Bayonetta was an exception, but Smash Ultimate thus far has proven to be really good. This joke has been made many times within the Evansville esports community, but there are 25 top 10 characters in this game. And that's the truth. There are it's so closely knit that every character might as well be top because of how good they are. 1 to 25 might as well be top 10 because of how good they are. And I think Sora Limited is doing a really good job to bring every character on the tier list closer and closer and closer together, instead of having like a widespread tier list of this character scores a 0, meaning a perfect score, and this one scores a 168. Like now it's like 0 and 52. Like they've cut that distance down so much in the process of updating these games and the release of Smash Ultimate. They've just done an incredibly good job, and I appreciate Sakurai and his team immensely for what they've done for both Smash Brothers and the competitive side of Smash.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, me too, for sure. Like, I like seeing everyone play different characters and stuff. I like seeing that there's more than just one character in the game.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the one thing. I didn't really play much Smash 4. I played it near the very end before Smash Ultimate came out, because that's when Drew and I started hanging out again. I know it all my life, but we only recently started hanging out again. And that's when I started playing Smash again. But I like diversity. I mean, I hate having just a few characters only be played and that's it. You know, just like I played Magic the Gathering for about 6 years, like pretty seriously.
Magic the Gathering has a lot of diversity.
Yeah, there's a lot of diversity, but I don't like it when like everyone just spams the deck. Yeah, it's annoying when everyone's like, "Oh, Mono Red's really good right now. Let's go ahead and all bring Mono Red." Well, I'm the type of person that analyzes the meta, and I'll make a deck that can beat any deck that people bring to that meta.
There you go. Yep. If they want to spam a particular deck, you just study it and then build a counter deck for it, because you know they're all going to play that deck, and then you just get yourself free wins easy.
I have to build a new deck every week or I get bored.
Yeah, I understand that completely. I never got into Magic the Gathering, but I played a lot of I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Pokemon trading card game as well. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Was super big for me. And during the time where everyone was spamming a lot of, it was like dragons. Dragon decks were insanely powerful.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted
dragons.
I wanted to play a stall deck, so I built a Final Countdown deck that I had a whole lot of fun with. That was super incredible. I loved that deck, and I think I still have it around here somewhere. But I love the idea of diversity when it comes to game. So when Bayonetta was taking over Smash 4, and Cloud was all right, but not as good as Bayonetta. It was a little bit discouraging to want to play the game, because I knew going in that I was obviously going to have to fight somebody who played Bayonetta, and if not somebody who played Bayonetta, multiple people who played Bayonetta, and it just, the ability to hit somebody and then kill them instantly. Well, not instantly. It was like a 30-second cutscene, but it was discouraging and very disheartening. And I know that the only possible way out of those 0-to-death combos is to SDI to the point where you could possibly break your controller because of how bad that you were angling your DI away. You could snap the stick off, or worse, you could straight up break the mechanism inside the controller by how much you were shifting that control stick back and forth to get out of Bayonetta's combos. I forget who it was like a pro player that was talking about how they broke 2 controllers fighting against Bayonetta players, and that's just sad. That's rough. Bayonetta did a thing where she forced you to play a completely different way when playing against her. You had no choice. You had to play a completely different way than what you were used to. And I don't think that's inherently bad, but I think that it sucks, and it puts you in a disadvantaged state 100% of the time, and it's just not fun. Smash Ultimate, however, has done an incredible job at making the game fun no matter what. Like, even if you are at a disadvantage against a character, they're really good, because you have fun playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, PapaPeace, we're going to wrap things up, but I want to ask you one more question.
Sure.
And this is the most important one.
Okay.
Animal Crossing, the new one, it's probably going to be announced at E3 this year, which is like, I think 2 weeks away.
Please.
What is some things you want in the new Animal Crossing?
The only thing I want is Isabel to be the mayor. Animal Crossing Switch. That's all I want. I know there is a lot of speculation saying that you are not going to be the mayor in this new Animal Crossing game. That the mayor idea was like a last-second thing that they did for New Leaf, and it ended up working out crazy well and hit positively with a lot of people who bought the game. But they're straying from that, and you are no longer going to be the mayor in this new Animal Crossing game. So let's hope my girl Isabel gets in there and she takes up that mantle, because she absolutely deserves it, because Lord knows I haven't run that fucking town in New Leaf. God. She's done most of the work. I've done nothing. I've done nothing. But as far as Animal Crossing Switch goes, I'm just very, very happy that we're getting an Animal Crossing on a home console again. And, well, the Switch is like portable, but it's still like powerful enough to be considered a home console. And I'm especially excited to stream it. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be cute. I really hope in the new Animal Crossing, because like the new Mario Maker game, they just said they're not going to have Amiibo. Mm-hmm. So I hope they have it at least in Animal Crossing, because like there is Animal Crossing is basically what killed Amiibo.
Yeah,
They released so many. So I really hope they use them, because there's no use for them otherwise.
I've got so many Amiibos. I've got so many Amiibos, and they're useless now. They just look pretty on my shelf, and that's it.
I'm so sad about Mario Maker 2.
The lack of friend
that too.
play.
But I also had like a lot of ideas for DDD levels.
Oh my god!
And I can't do them now.
I know that my stream was particularly excited for Mario Maker 2 because they wanted to play Mario Maker 2 with me, and so I could stream making levels, and I could stream, playing different levels. But unfortunately, I won't be able to play those levels with people in the stream because Nintendo decided that wasn't a thing that was important, which drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy too. But they gotta have the leaderboard. Everyone cares about leaderboard in Mario Maker.
Oh boy. Oh, Nintendo. What are you doing, Nintendo? What are you? Let's hope that E3 they turn some things around and they really wow us at E3. I'm expecting a good performance, and I was sad to hear that Sony wasn't going to have one. But the only thing I wanted from Sony was a Death Stranding trailer, which we got today. So that
I saw that.
That looks incredible as far as Sony goes. But I'm almost positive, like every year, Nintendo is going to absolutely dominate E3 and blow everybody's minds. And it's.
I mean, they're all good. They're just, all I have to do is show me Animal Crossing, and I'll be excited. But we're also getting Animal Crossing and Smash and.
Yep. We're definitely going to get some Smash related news, some possibly Metroid news, Metroid 4, and Animal Crossing, of course, and there's probably going to be some surprise things. Luigi's Mansion, Luigi's Mansion 3. Oh man, Luigi's Mansion 3! I completely forgot about that.
I know, right? It's in the back of my mind.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Every day, I just think about Animal Crossing and how much I want to know about it.
True. It's true. I get closer and closer to opening up that 3DS and just playing New Leaf again, but I'm like, no.
Real quick, in high school, I played New Leaf every single day.
Mm.
And I lost the game somehow because someone had WarioWare, so I slapped that in my 3DS.
Oh, no.
And, I was so heartbroken when I lost New Leaf. But I was like, you know what? The Wii U's out. They'll make Animal Crossing for that.
Oh.
And they didn't. So I've been eagerly waiting a new Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So.
And then when they gave that Isabel trailer with the Animal Crossing Switch announcement, I was...
I cried.
I was blown away. I was like, I love this. Isabel looks amazing. And Animal Crossing Switch, okay. So
I thought it was it's so cute that you saw the Villager trailer and you were just like, this is my main net.
That is exactly what happened. The moment that he swung that net over Mario's head and it zoomed in on his face and the glint sparked at his eye, I was like, I need to play this character. I was like, this is my character.
That's cute.
But yeah. That's me. Lover of Animal Crossing, lover of Smash Brothers, and all about peaceful good nature.
That's why they call you PapaPeace.
That's why they call me Papa.
And lover of Enter the Gungeon.
Lover of Enter the Gungeon. The only violent thing I do.
Is there anything you like to shout out, man?
No, not necessarily. It was an absolute pleasure to be on here with you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to bring me on and ask me these questions. It's been really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely been very inspiring just hearing you talk about how much you love Smash and your main specifically.
We would have done it last week, but Drew was on vacation.
I see. No worries.
But yeah, it's great having you on. We like to try to get everyone on, any new player we have coming in or stuff. We're going to see if I get some other people on soon. But yeah, we really enjoy doing this. We've been doing it for a while now. All the random versus videos are now uploaded. I still got to upload all the rest of them, render all the rest of them.
Okay.
So that's going to be time cutting 5 hours of our footage down. So yeah, after I get that done, you'll see more posts about it on Facebook too.
Sounds
good. But if you want to go back and look at your random versus games, go right ahead. Most of your games are streamed, so.
Alrighty, I'll take a look at them.
Alrighty. Well, anything else you like to say?
No, not necessarily. I'm all good, man.
Ooh, don't forget to plug the
next
tournament.
Thank you. About forgot. So June 22nd is our next tournament. We're doing squad strike and singles this time. It's going to be from 12 to 8 p.m. at the HopkinsCounty Madisonville Public Library. And we expect to see everyone out here that listens to these podcasts, or you try to get everyone to come out here. It's from Evansville Esports. Bring all your boys.
Yep. So come on out if you
going
want to get
down.
bowling balled.
No. You guys are going down.
And yeah, that's about it, guys.
I want to plug something. I'm going to OMGCon next week. And keep an eyeball on my social media, because after that I'll be selling all my extra designs and stuff. I got like a bunch of Zelda stickers I made, and my Garfield Zine.
Nice.
So that'll be groovy.
Alrighty. It's been a grill. It's been fun. It's been great having you on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Thanks for having
See you at the next.
see you at the next one.
Absolutely.
You have yourself a good one, good sir.